You should follow me more often.
Fred?
I'm doing good. Good to see you.
Welcome back to Firestone. Yeah, so we put a lot of your swings on social media, right? On Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. And we always get all these people commenting like, oh my God, I could watch this on repeat. This is like, what I want to know is like, where was this swing born?
You know what? I grew up in Seattle, as everyone probably knows. And I had a couple of really, really good teachers. And I always had this lazy looking swing, but pretty quick through the ball. So even as a 12, 13-year-old, and the reason I say that is because when I was a little kid, you know, you grow up in Seattle, it's pretty soft and mushy, but I could take big divots. And so by just saying that, you got to go through the ball to take divots. And as I got a little older, you know, there are a few people that I liked watching, and there was no video. When I was 15, 16, I don't even know if there was a video around, but I loved a lot of guys' games. I liked Lee Trevino's, well, everyone liked Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer, but I liked Tom Weiskopf's swing.
Yeah,
so he's this tall, and I'm this tall, but there was just something about it. And, you know, I had a long swing growing up, and I still do, but, you know, for people watch, I don't wear gloves, so everything kind of looks funny. I have a strong grip. And I just feel like the number one thing that I do is I accelerate through the ball, and I fool people because it doesn't really look like I am. That's really the secret to my swing.
Like, and I'm sure people come up to you and say, Fred, how do I duplicate this swing? What do you say to them?
Well, I tell them all, you know, timing and rhythm is easy to say, but there's a couple drills, you know, that I used to do, and I would take the club back. I would start with 8 and 9 irons, but I would take the club back here. And so if you know you're stopping, right, and holding it, it doesn't really matter how fast you go, but obviously to check on your swing, so you're gonna go slower. And I would hold the club here for maybe a split second and then go ahead and hit it. And that helped me develop timing, not so much rhythm, because if you swing fast and do that, you can still hit the ball. But for me, I had kind of a slow and lazy swing, but that drill just, if you're a fairly good player and you can hold a 9 iron up here and swing through and hit the ball, in my opinion, you've got a pretty good golf swing. Because there's not much movement to make you go wrong and either top it or miss it or fluff it. And that's really the only drill, besides having my teacher, Paul Marchand, you know, for 40 years telling me, shorten your swing, shorten your swing, shorten your swing, let's tighten it up. Other than that, I just step up and I hit it.
It genuinely sounds like you kind of enjoy, like, maybe teaching the game?
Well, I'm a horrible teacher.
Okay.
But if I didn't cut you off, I enjoy watching the game.
Okay.
So there are so many guys, I'm going to be 60, but there are so many guys that I could tell you little things about on the regular tour. I've said it for 8 years now. I mean, I love the way Ricky Fowler plays. You know, if you'd have asked me in the college days on some of these other guys, I don't know how good they are. Victor Hovland now on the tour, this Wolf kid who you just don't do any of that. But I'm going to learn more about them. But the guys on our tour, you know, like Spieth and Thomas, and I used to do it with Tiger, I would just watch their swings, you know, and my swing is so different than all those. But
so you weren't necessarily taking anything from it. You were just a fan.
Yes, correct. I'm more of a fan. I couldn't teach Jack Nicklaus how to hit a ball, and Jack Nicklaus is the greatest player to ever play, or Tiger Woods, but I can watch them and say, hey, I noticed that, you know, in the third round you were walking faster than you normally do. I mean, some people might not see that, or slower. And everyone has a pace, and when things go a little differently on TV, what do they say? Well, he's slowing down, or he's speeding up. But when you're walking, I notice all that. I notice it in myself too, because when I'm playing bad, you know, you're kind of like this, and when you're playing well, you have a nice gait. But I notice that on all kinds of players, and you know, I think that's fun for President's Cup, being the captain. Not because we're winning, just watching these. Dustin Johnson, one of my all-time favorites.
Really?
He just hits the ball like that, but he's hitting a 5-wood instead of a driver. But he's got a lot of raw talent. He's amazing. I just enjoy the game.
Cool. All right, we'll watch you hit.
Okay. Long hole for me. What do we got?
73, 87. You got some hill.
Yeah, 87 hole.
8 hill 95. Before you win, so a little north of 200 all the way to the post.
Do I need 4?
It's pretty long.
Probably.
Yeah.
Bite. All right. Good news is I hammered it, so we'll see how far I can hit one.
How was that one, Fred?
Well, it was solid.
Okay.
So today I'm just trying to hit it solid. I
Yeah.
pulled it, but at least, you know, so far so good.
You
But
know
that
what-
wasn't great.
You know, one thing I've thought of is like how quickly upon impact do you know good, bad, middle? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, when you're playing a lot, and I'm saying that because when I was 35 or 40, I would almost know as soon as I changed direction.
Really?
Yeah, and I heard Jack Nicklaus say something when he hit, I think it was when he hit his 1-iron in the Open at Pebble, where he felt something and he changed it on the downswing. I've never done that in my life. But I don't know what he ended up saying, but he did something with that 1-iron. But for me, with a lot with my back too, but when my body gets up here, as soon as I change, sometimes I know they're going to the right. It's
So
just,
you could know up here,
yes.
but certainly
On
contact.
right. And when I feel really good and I have no back pain, I'm swinging, it's oddly enough past impact. So like that, I was releasing it a little more and I pulled it.
Yeah.
And if I came in a little slower, I might have blocked it. But most players know.
Yeah, we got just a few more minutes with you. Senior players this week. If you win, obviously you get in the players.
Yes.
Does that cross your mind? Is that fun?
You know, the only time I won this, my back went out and I didn't get to play, and I was really disappointed. There's no way I would win this week. I haven't played since April, but if I putt like a madman, I have a shot. But for us, yeah, this is a big deal. Just saw Tom Lehman play very well at Minnesota. I think Scott McCarron has missed the cut at the TPC, but that's okay. He's represented us well. Langer plays well everywhere he goes. So there are some old goats that do very well. So hopefully we get a great winner this week and he goes and represents the old dogs down in Jacksonville.
Are the Dodgers going to win the World Series?
I'll be there, yes.
All right, thanks,
yes.
Fred. We
Okay, thanks
appreciate
you
it.
guys.
Yeah.
All right.